You don't
Yeah, I'll
have
be
to
honest.
Commissioner, the senator.
I'm not gonna chew them. I'm just.
Yeah, I mean, Tourette's resigned from. He was a commissioner too, and now he's resigned because he couldn't get anything done. Apparently, one of the individuals who, committed war crimes was Tourette wanted fired from the PD, and he essentially got told no. And as someone who's supposed to be the tippy top of the police department of the government was getting told that he couldn't fire one of his own.
Yeah, and the drink too is a liquefied.
Yeah, he's gone for now. So.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it simply is what it is. How? I just don't understand what's happening with the 55 people incarcerated.
Right
They
now,
got the paperwork? Have they got the paperwork for this? Are they going to trial?
Senator said and has enforced that anybody caught for treason has no due process and will serve 30 years. And that's it. That's it.
So, and then what? They get out of Bolingbrook, and the city has to pay.
Yeah. Yep. We're not even. This. Apparently, Jaeger and Pred are already saying that this war's only just started. And yeah, here we are. So the outcome of this has been, sure, they lost an island, but now all 50 of them are together, and they're probably stronger than they've ever been when it comes to being united.
The OC was kidnapped yesterday. I believe a helicopter picked them up from the prison, and today the warden went missing. They were found in some strange torture room with a missing finger.
Right.
So yeah, they're not kidding about a war.
Evening.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then on the other side of the coin, here we are having to pick up the pieces of the PD that's left, because of the war crimes that a number of people that you can count on less than one hand have committed, and the city hates us. EMS is getting attacked, and the doctors are. I don't know what's going on with the doctors.
Obviously, well, Denzel's a doctor.
Excuse me? Yeah.
Someone fucking told me that Denzel's a doctor now, so. Yeah. Have you and other members of command, the ones that weren't necessarily directly involved with this sanguine nonsense, it's like you say the city hates you. Is there anything you're trying to rebuild that relationship? Because having officer presence isn't really going to do it, because at the end of the day, we're going to be ticketing people and arresting them. Have you spoken with LSBN? Have you thought about hosting a fucking, I don't know, a tour?
Yeah, Axel,
no, not him.
That's the issue, is that he's the face of PD currently. There's a press statement ready. I have attempted to include the fact that we as a PD do not support the use of a EMS under the guise of aiding Sanguine as a bomb. But that thus far hasn't been approved to be added. Yeah, listen. I don't know. Have you seen the video today?
Yes.
And you heard the end?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's public knowledge now. We either ignore it, sweep it under the rug, or you need to address it. It's one of those you kind of got to go with your gut instinct. It might cost people their jobs, but doing the right thing, right?
That's what I'm here for. Listen, I've said this already, and you know it's better than anybody. I've done this a lot when it comes to looking at the people above you and questioning them and holding them accountable. But there is no one above the Senate, so I'm following this through this time to the end, no matter what.
Is it one senator? I believe there were a number of them.
There's 3. So listen, right now our job is to clean up our own mess, and then we're gonna move on a united front, hopefully, to the Senate. So there's a high command meeting today, where we're actually finally getting together after, 8 days post incident. Now, to be fair, myself and Staple were in ICU, so hopefully we can get on the same page. That being said, I have... Come on, wait. So there is a review panel for Brian Night and Water Christmas coming up shortly, for their war crimes on the island, or their actions on the island. And it was pretty dicey, but I have convinced the commissioner, Axel Justice, to have one too, where High Command will decide upon his continuation as commissioner.
Huge. That is huge. It's a vote of no confidence.
Essentially, if it's unanimous, then
I mean, if you all get to speak, bring up the names of the fallen officers.
I wonder if he knows them. I'll be honest, that one deputy has a really long name, and it confuses me every time.
It was Bobby Boulderman, Kevin Keat, Bobby Boulderman, and Lucy Snow.
Yeah. Yeah, so so that's what we're dealing with. Essentially, we're dealing with the subordinates, then we'll deal with the commissioner, and then hopefully on a united front. And I'm going to talk to the mayor's office too about this, and the DLJ. And as a united front, essentially, right now, what I'm going to push for is a vote of no confidence for the Senate, and we implement our own form of government, whatever that might be. Whether it's a council, basically some type of democracy. Instead of a
tight knit group of investigators to come forward with any evidence to put forward to the board. All the news articles, all of the reports, or missing reports.
Yeah.
Statements if needs be.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough fight, because if the senator or the commissioner just comes out and says no, that's not happening, and then
we strike.
I have a feeling that wouldn't go well, and it wouldn't be enough. When it comes to holding your government accountable, and they essentially say no, there's really not a lot of options. Striking is an option.
I mean, back in my day, when we were protesting, we would go and occupy a university and sit in the lobby with our laptops and duvet covers and lower the price of student loans. Fuck the coalition government. Why did it go up from $3,000 to $9,000 a year, you fucking assholes?
How did that go?
Because
it's still $9,000 a year.
12.
Oh yeah, Jesus.
So I have very little faith in the government as a government worker.
Yeah. There's a lot of things at play here, and listen, I mean, the Sanguinians, at least they were on another island before. Now they're all on ours. So you're right. Once they get out, It's
Have you spoken to Neil about any of this?
Neil McGreal?
Neil McReal, yeah.
No, I haven't.
He sort of, I was patrolling with him a little bit. He feels very sort of outspoken about the war. He's very vocal about his opinions on everyone going to fight. But I think a lot of members of the SDSO, their confidence is shaken a bit, and it might be worth having a chat with him, maybe Willie Glory as well, just to sort of, I don't know, pep him up a little bit, because from the bottom looking up, it just seems like everyone's choosing to do this, not because they're being told, essentially.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't think I can pep anybody up at the minute, but I can certainly give my own opinion on things, and maybe that will, resonate with some people, and know that not all of High Command is as crazy as Axel. Okay. See what I can do.
Again, it's just morale is at an all-time. I mean, Shift 3 have no idea what's going on.
I'll be honest, morale should be at an all-time low. Like, it really should. I don't expect anybody. I said this to my mom on the phone. I don't expect anybody to be on duty right now.
But, of course, brothers and sisters in blue,
yeah.
I think everyone's sort of looking for someone to tell them that it's going to be all right.
Yeah.
Even if it's a lie, because things might not be all right. But sometimes it's nice to just be lied to.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Yeah. Like, Lauren, do you have any food?
Yes.
Is that a lie? Because it's not nice to be lied to right now. Because I'm
bread
really hungry.
and a donut.
Thank you. Oh, the perfect combination. Yeah, well, it's nice to see you.
And you too. I'm sorry that you're in the ICU. I'm glad you're on your feet.
I'm not. I wish I was still in the hospital.
With Denzel there?
I'd take Denzel over this. I'm so hoping I'm high on morphine, and this is just some kind of fever dream.
No. No, it's very real. It's all very, very real. And I get to tell Tribble about Kevin.
Oh, fuck.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's,
It's bad. Is
all right,
anyone
well,
planning the funerals?
I think Stubble might be taking point on that, but don't hold my word to that. I'll be honest, I don't think I've had the brain power to think about it yet. But Stubble made a comment about it the other day because to be transparent, the senator and possibly even the commissioner were talking about giving medals to the individual who false flagged as EMS on the island and has since got EMS attacked and back on the mainland, and they want to give them a medal.
Oh, a medal.
Yeah. So Stubble was saying that there's going to be any medal ceremonies until we bury all fallen,
How long till that panel?
The commissioner, the commissioner, I don't know yet. In terms of the other two, they're going to be this week, sooner rather than later. But
Okay.
I'll be honest, I'm going to really push. Tonight's going to be a tipping point with this meeting with High Command. It's either going to be a united front and we all steamroll and actually once in the PG's career do the right thing and hold everybody accountable and move towards being transparent with the public, or I don't
It's
know.
not just the public, though, is it? It's also the other officers that stayed here. It's also the officers that followed their higher ups sort of blindly into battle.
Yeah. No, I know. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go catch up with Stubble, because he's around. He got out of ICU a couple of days back too. He's still in a wheelchair, so if you see him, he was another good one.
No, he's fantastic.
He was running the show, and he would not have let that whole thing happen.
If he had been there.
Yeah, if he'd been there, that would not have happened.
No. I think, I've got a report to write up. Some poor woman was waiting in the lobby for an hour today, and a week ago, her rabbit was shot in front of her. And no one collected evidence or did anything.
Oh, no.
It was a little Lucky.
Lucky Calder?
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Hit her with a car and then shot her rabbit right next to her.
That's okay. Well, yeah, you get to that. We still need, day to day still needs running. So, yeah. Well,
just be safe. Take care of yourself. You got good people out on the streets today, so you gotta make sure everyone does the right fucking thing.
Yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. Well, good to see you, Lauren.
You too.
PD morale's so down. Yeah, it's great. Isn't it good roleplay? But like, it's down for like PD's reasons. Like, like normally it's down because we keep getting shot by some fucking gangbangers with nothing better to do. But this is like some real shit.
Hey,
Gwen.
Hey, Doug, are you available to talk for a couple minutes?
Yeah. I mean, what's up?
Let me just move away from where I am a sec. Firstly, I'm just want to know, do you know anything in regards to this so-called radiation?
I know that there was a belief that that the island was irradiated. I'm not quite. That's the last I heard about it.
Okay, yeah, I've been talking with some of the Sanguinians, and they did not have any of the capability for that sort of weapons. Basically, they couldn't make a dirty bomb. They had no irradiated materials, otherwise they would have used them. Basically, they admitted. So I'm a bit worried about that, and I'm wondering if maybe we should set up a team to go try find the epicenter of where the radiation is.
As far as I'm aware, that was being done last night. So, I think that's already happened, and I don't know whether I think the results might be waiting in the lab. So I will. Yeah, I think I'll go check up with that and see where we're at. So yeah, that is being done, but yeah, it is concerning to hear that they had no capability of that. I don't know whether I believe them, but because it could all just be throwing fuel into the fire that is PD right now. But it's worth thinking about, isn't it?
Yeah, I do believe if they had it, they would have used it. They weren't exactly holding back in the way they were fighting, were they?
No, not at all. Especially from that video I saw.
Yeah, that was no one came out of that looking good.
No, not at all.
The second thing, I was looking at the legislation. Now, there's nothing saying that the senator is immune from prosecution. Can we arrest him for shooting Pred?
I've been thinking the same thing. here's my thoughts on that. Right now, how do I say this? The members of High Command that I have seen is about equal to the members of High Command that I haven't seen. So we're having a High Command meeting in about 3 to 4 hours. So that is something I have thought of. But right now we need to handle our own mess. And then we can move our sites once we're unified onto bigger sites. And if it is the case, and we can push charges on the senator, then perhaps we do that, but we have 60 days. But listen, when I say that we are not ignoring any possible ideas when it comes to accountability, I mean it. We're not leaving any stone unturned here.
Right. I'll just say this then. If you think it's an idea to go ahead to make the arrest, I'd be happy to basically jump on the grenade and make the move against him, because I'd rather someone like you not do it, so that you've kind of got that one step away so he can't turn around and instantly fire you for trying. I think we need you where you are.
Yeah. I can't not follow this through all the way. So I'm kind of prepared for anything. So I'm fully expecting, if we do decide to go against the senator, that he's going to shoot me in the head. But, if that happens, then it
Yeah,
happens.
well, that's one of the reasons why I want to be about, because if he tries anything, I'm not one of these people that think he can get away with anything. So if he pulls a gun, then I'm happy enough to take him down and not hide behind, oh, but it's a senator.
Well, I appreciate that, Quinn. I'm hoping that should anything like that come to it, then the PD will be already back as unified as we can be, and we won't have any issues when it comes to individuals being on the side of the Senate instead of the side of the PD. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, that won't be a problem, but I appreciate it anyway. And I'm hoping it doesn't come to that. I'm all for non-violent options. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm trying to get things taken care of through the official channel. That's why I've been looking through legislation and things to see what we can and can't do. But yeah, whenever you got an idea how we're going to approach this, if you could reach out to me, because it's something that I'd like to be involved in, because like you, I'm not going to let this matter go.
Okay. Well, no, I will do. I appreciate it, Quinn. And thank you for letting me know about that whole sanguine stuff.
No problem. I figured you best know everything, because I know that you're looking into it all. So
Yeah.
it's better to collate all the information with someone rather than everyone just having a little bit in peace themselves.
No, you're not wrong. It's better to play direct than a game of telephone. So, yeah, I appreciate it. Well, listen, I gotta go catch up with Stubble, but I'll catch you in a bit. Okay, Quinn.
Yeah, I think Bobby's looking for you. It seemed like something personal. She seemed a bit upset, so you may wish to speak to her.
Oh, I can see her. She's on the roof. All right, I'll catch up with you.
Okay, then you take care out there, Dark. And
Bye
if
bye,
I'm
Quinn.
not about, feel free to send an email.
I will do. Thank you, mate.
Okay, cheers. Take care.
Right. Bobby, you all right?
I'm okay. Did you guys receive something from Sweet last night?
Yes. I saw that. I haven't looked at it in detail. To be honest, I wasn't exactly thrilled with the results that it's true. You know what I mean? But so what's the diagnosis?
So it seems like the area around the island is is not contaminated. None of the water or dirt samples gave anything. But there was something on the
Oops.
airfield.
Okay.
It should be linked. I don't know if you saw the photos that's in it.
Let me look. Okay. Yeah, I can see.
In those red containers, we were able to locate what I believe is looks to be uranium.
What? Like, okay, so there
Uranium
was
rust or something.
right, and that's just sitting there.
Yeah, not anymore. It's we got it, of course. The local hazmat team to remove so people cannot get exposed to it.
Okay. Was that container there when we attacked the island?
I do not recall.
Yeah, me neither. I mean,
I believe there was a container, but it could be a different container that was going up. I don't know. I have a idea that I know the Russians have been active around that island, and it could be
I
them.
was thinking the same thing because Quinn just spoke to me, and apparently he's been having conversations with the Sanguinians, and they said that if they had any radioactive material, they would have used it.
Yeah.
So,
That's what I'm thinking. I don't think it was there during the war. I think it came after, and that will make sense why we had so much Russian activity.
yeah.
It's removed. We got the local hazmat team to remove it. It looked to be so the boxes were basically cracked open or some kind of style, you know. It seemed to not be handling very well. The lid was loose, so I could see to the lid, and when I lifted it, it looked weird, you know. Looked like how do I describe it from like a movie or something? And the guy kind of was going insane.
Right. I mean, as long as it's gone, that's good.
Yeah. It is gone. The local hazmat team did also pull down the island. Make sure we didn't have any leftovers.
Okay. I mean, it's both good news and bad news, you know.
Hmm.
The rest of the island was clear.
Nothing else on the island. I did notice a house on the villa. It looked to be like collapsed. It was in the middle when we drove past it.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah. Okay. Well, hopefully that's good news that it wasn't our fault and that it's something after the fact, because
Looked to
that
be
makes sense.
after. It was not a nuclear bomb. We didn't have nuclear waste. There was
Thank
nothing in the
you, Seth.
water. It was only uranium rust that was leading it out.
Okay. Good news. Then, you know, hopefully it's just Eastern Bloc stuff and nothing to do with Sanguine and wasn't our fault. You know, that's
Yep.
the only piece of good news I've had in the past 72 hours. So, good work. How are you? You been to the hospital again?
Yeah, I don't want to bring too much information up because it's really uncomfortable information. So, depending on how you feel about it. Let's just say I'm alive, but not I'm doing good.
Okay. Just make sure that you don't... Listen, we've lost 3 already. If you work too hard and... To me, rest sounds like the best medicine for you right now, and here you are at work.
I know. But someone had to do it. You know, someone had to get those results, get it away from the island. I'm not working hard at the moment. I'm just working selective, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get you.
I do have a question.
Sure.
Do we know anything regarding MCU's new lead?
Brian made the decision to appoint Senator Davis.
How do you feel about that?
I think it's a incredible disrespect to the work that you and the other detectives have put in over the past few months.
It is?
To not only put someone who's not even a police officer, but someone that put all of your lives at risk when you volunteer to go over and deal with the Senator's war. I just don't know what... I just can't fathom what's going through Brian's head right now. I really can't.
I don't know. I do not trust the Senate at all. I do not trust Senator Davis. I'm gonna be blunt. Um, I don't know. You know me. You know me for like so many years, and a thing that I have hard time doing is trusting people. I cannot see Davis fit for that position. Um, he was apparently the one who made the call to get EMS to go down with a bomb, and now he's getting awarded a lead position in MCU.
To be transparent with you, Bobby, Brian was the other party in that situation.
I know, but he was removed. The second party thing got his position. You see,
Right.
you see
Yeah.
what I mean?
Which isn't a good look for Brian, I'll be honest. That when he was suspended for the actions, while he's under review for those actions, he appointed the person who was also involved in those actions. The only thing... No, I don't know.
I do want to hear it because at the moment I'm on the limit to just say fuck everything and walk away. Because if he getting MCU lead and taking it, I'm not going to be part of MCU. That is for sure. I'm not gonna follow what he says. I know he's the Senate, but I'm not gonna follow him directly from detective unit.
I don't think you'll be the only one, Bobby.
Randy already stepped down.
Yeah, I saw. Listen, I'm going to talk to High Command in about 3 hours when we have a meeting, and I'll bring up the Senator being... Because the last thing we need right now is, you know, one of the, if not the most important unit who was keeping things running in the PD right now to essentially dissolve. Because, you know, Brian not being a police officer is on the table. The Senator being... the head of MCU should not be on the table. So I think it's, you know, essentially he does have the power to do that. He does have control over law enforcement.
Well,
But
if you do that, I'm not gonna be part of it.
yeah, we'll just make another MC with blackjack and hookers.
Why? Why do we need that? Just make SCU.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But I think we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. You know, as much as I don't have a lot of hope right now, I also don't want to bring everybody else down and say that these bad things are all going to happen and he's going to be there. And because if I have anything to do with it, he's not going to be there, and he's not going to be the Senate either. But
Yeah, Also, it is so freaking. So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say it to you as a friend. It is so hard being in my fucking position at the moment because I need to be so political and stay on both lines, basically. You know what I mean? Because if I
When
do one thing wrong with MCU, I'm just gonna get kicked out. So I need to be able to listen to both and play a
probably.
two-faced game, if that makes sense.
I'm assuming you've had Brian in your ear.
Brian has been in my ear, yeah, and I don't agree what he's doing, but me straight up saying that, if I do say that, that's gonna be a lot of information of a lot of things he says that I'm not gonna be able to hear. So, you know what kind of cop I am? I used to look into serial killers and all of that. One way to talk to a serial killer and get information is being a two-sided face and understand them. I'm doing the same thing here. I'm not siding with
Got
people. I'm
darkest
siding with
serial
you at the
killer.
moment. You're the only one who knows because you're really good friends. But basically pretending that everything is fine just to get the information is so mentally hard. But it's working.
I think I need to say this, but I don't expect anything of you like other people might, because I know that at the end of the day, you'll do the right thing. And if that means that Brian starts telling you some really fucked up shit, I don't have to tell you what the right thing to do is, because I think you know it.
I know. I do
That
know.
being said, be careful. Just make sure you ask the question, is it worth it? Because if it gets
Yeah.
to a point where you have to ask yourself that question and you can't say yes, just pull out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not doing anything, but it's when he's standing then and talking, for me to listen and continue listening, it's like, yeah, I see your point, you know? And just keep saying, I see your point, I see what you mean,
Mm-hmm.
even when you don't agree with it. It's simply a way for people to keep talking. I do that with criminals too. Be like, yeah, I see your point, I see what you mean.
Yeah. Okay.
I have
Well,
my standards, I have my own limits, I know what I'm doing. If everything fails and he takes over MCU, I'm probably just gonna get SCU started.
good idea. I'll help you with that. Yeah. Listen, I think what you and this is the thing, and I've said it to Brian's. I think I've said it to Brian's face. I think what MCU and the detectives have done is fantastic, and the hard work you put in is immeasurable. And my opinion of Brian comes down to my opinion of him as a person, not Brian Knight, the director.
I
You know,
get that.
Brian Knight, the director, has done incredible work and has helped the city a lot. But Brian Knight as a person is a very different story. But I'll be honest, lately that professional side of him has obviously taken a turn, so that's why he's under question.
Yep, I get that.
Yeah. So, you know, if we can keep MCU afloat, no matter what the outcome of this is, that's a positive outcome. If
If
it's
Davis is gonna be the power of it, it's not gonna happen.
yeah, well, leave that with us, and you know that's just not going to happen if
Yeah.
we have anything to do with it.
I don't even know who will be a good pick, honestly.
There's some pretty good options, and
Yeah,
I'm
but it also does you want to do it? Like, I don't think I will have the mentality to do it. Like, first of all, I'm ill from the war. Like I'm fighting at the moment with the doctors. I don't even know if I'm gonna make it. That's the sad part. I don't know if Bundy will be a good fit. I don't know if you want it. He might want it.
I think this is a discussion we can have when we know more about what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I think we'll try and do it in the most healthy and positive way possible, regardless of whether or not Brian is still ahead by the end of it. And I think that's just that's all I can really promise you right now. Like, I can't in a respectful way. Yeah, there's a lot bigger things about who's going to run MCU right now. I mean, the big thing is the senators shouldn't be running it, but when it comes to, I don't have it. There's a lot of people who can run MCU, so I'm not worried about it. So I don't want to think about it right now because there's a lot of things I need to worry about.
Yeah, I get that.
But you know, if you can, actually no, don't. I was gonna say, you know, reassure other members of the major crimes, but that might cause you more issues than I needed right now.
Yeah. If I'm reinsure, it's gonna seem like I might be starting with Davis, and it's gonna get me to look really bad.
Okay. I've been trying to talk to Stubble for like an hour, so if you don't mind, I'm gonna go catch up with him. Does he know about the radiation stuff?
You're the first one to proper told. I told Sweets about it, so unless you have read it, no one else knows.
Okay. All right.
I do have surgery tomorrow from it, so let's see how that goes.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I will let you know about this. I'm not gonna say too much, but I've been coughing up blood from the last night after it. It's not too bad, and it seems to be we are on a right treatment now. So
okay. Well, don't fight with the doctors too much. Just
no,
help you.
not saying fighting in that way, but like fighting whatever's going on with them, you know.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me make sure you've got someone coming with you to that surgery, please.
Say that again.
Make sure you've got someone to come with you to surgery tomorrow.
Yeah, I will. I might ask Maddie, even if she's on duty.
That's a good idea. Yeah. All right, Bobby. You take care of yourself, please.
Yeah, the same with you.
It just doesn't stop. Just doesn't heckin' stop, dude. CCP.
Pretty understandable situation. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So it was just like, hey, Anita,
We're real pieces of shit in this room, huh?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You guys
Hey,
are
we're just talking about
how
we're pieces of shit.
No, you
Apparently, the three of us were top 5 in hours worked last month.
Hey,
Yeah.
good job, guys.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Barrack didn't even hit 400. It's kind of...
I know. I'm really upset about
embarrassing.
I like how Barrack was over everybody by like
60 hours.
Yeah.
No, I was like specifically aiming for 400, but
Not good enough.
Hey,
you probably tampered with a computer, you know.
No.
Yeah, I saw Barrack messing with the wires.
Yeah, I saw it. He was messing with the clock-in computer.
Sure, dude.
I hear it in his voice. You can tell.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, you guys are more important than I am. I'm gonna go outside.
That's not true, Jimbo. So you're in a wheelchair.
Sorry, what was
you
that?
Are you out of the wheelchair?
No, I'm just
Oh,
out the wheelchair onto a sofa chair.
Okay. I just got information from Bobby. There was I think you saw it already, about the excursion to Sanguine last night.
Yeah, the last
so
one.
the last one, right? Which it sounds
Unless
like
I'm
it
going.
is. Because they found a container on the airfield with radioactive material in it. It seemed, this is the thing, is that people who had gone there post-war came back with radiation poisoning. But nobody else from who traveled to Sanguine during the war came back with radiation poisoning, which means hopefully that container was most likely placed there or just started leaking after the invasion, so sometime in the last 7 days. And it was, so that means everybody who went isn't sick, which is great, but also it means that
But
we
I'm
found
sick.
that, like, radioactive sick.
I don't think so.
Oh, Jesus
Not
Christ,
everything's about
Barrett.
you, Barrack.
Yeah.
I'm just sick.
Yeah, so that's been removed. And that was the container's been removed. So that was, they checked all over the island and everybody else was clean. They had like I guess like a local hazmat teaming come with like a cargo bob, I assume, and just get that thing out of there and dispose of it.
So does that mean?
I mean,
it depends how radioactive it was, what the material was inside of it, and how long it was open. Because even just minutes, hours, it could cause decades of damage.
Now, you remember that one video from Chernobyl, the helicopter flying above it, and it just like,
Yep.
yeah,
Wait, what happened?
it just like
So
flew
it was-
above the
it
open
was,
reactor at Chernobyl and just like essentially
It fell
crashed.
apart. So
Yeah.
Oh my
it was
god.
it was a couple of weeks after the initial explosion, and they were trying to pour sand. It might have been days. They were trying to pour
Yeah, it was
sand from
days.
helicopters inside the open reactor, and the radioactivity, I think it destroyed the electronics inside the helicopter instantly, and then the blades like bended in, and then the tail snapped off, and it just fell right in. And it's all on video from the 80s. It's all over the news.
Yeah.
So we don't want to even fly over.
Yeah, that's okay. Well, I mean, from samples in the water and stuff, it didn't seem to be contaminated. That was obviously last night. That could have changed.
Candace was in the water, and she's, radiation poisoning.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. Well, I mean, preliminary conclusion is the source of the radiation has been removed. There was nothing at the villa. There was nothing on the rest of the island. It was only coming from this single source on the airfield that has now been removed. So, I think obviously we keep it off limits, but there should be no more reason for us to go back there.
Apart from trying to find Moosebeard's body.
Yeah. See the video?
Yeah. Saw clips of his boots on the ground.
I mean, it looks like he was in the bunker there at the, I guess at the end.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Saw it all.
We've had no word of him at all.
Nothing.
Okay. All right. Any other bad news that you found out since last? Oh, okay, fantastic.
Man reports go to the one about DOC warden being attacked because inside the DOC training facility there's a torture room and a locked room that only DOC command have access to, where they officially call it advanced interrogation room. where you've got a seat, a bucket, and a table with hammers and wrenches and drills and all sort of stuff that you find in a black site, not on American soil.
How long has
And the
that
DOC
been there?
My estimation is somewhere between a month or two, because the DOC training facility was built up last summer, and I had been in there quite a lot.
Oh
and
my
on the top
God.
floor, they had an interview room for cadets, which was just a similar chair like that with a lamp on it. No kind of torture equipment. Very like lighthearted joke. And then I guess they got it remodeled a month or two ago, and they decided to take the chair and the lamp and put it into a room and bring all that equipment in and lock it behind a secret door or a code protected door. And I got a tour of that place a couple of weeks ago, and that's a room that I didn't go in. So, yeah, a month or two. I don't know how much use it got, but it's insane that it's there. And it's insane that DOC Commando knew about it.
So he was taken in there.
Yeah.
Have we got any suspects?
Nope. 3 people wearing blacked out clothes. I don't know how they knew about it.
That's what's curious for me.
Could be an inside job.
Which is very
Even
worrying.
worse. Yeah. They cut his finger off. Stabbed him in the neck. Beat him to a pulp. Did you hear what happened to President the other day, Doc?
With the senator?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, apparently it wasn't just the senator that shot.
What?
Yeah.
Who else?
Well, let me take a look. If we type in Pred, because the report is Pred gets shot, investigative reports. You have, oh, there's actually a DOC report about this, so this is fantastic. You have prison roof casings in the picture of Pred shot in prison. And you have M4 casings and FN57 casings.
Are the casings in the report?
Yeah. Now, they didn't, for some reason, whoever ran these casings didn't elect to put the name of who owned those guns, but you know this more than I, that if I was to shoot a PD-57 right now and throw the gun away, you would still be able to get back the actual firearm that was used from the casing. Because we have them all logged in the armory like a MP5.
Right.
So we're able to run this casing and find out who it comes back to. So the first one, 1083, comes back to one Dominic Toretti. And then you have 46224, which comes back to Axel Justice.
Oh my God.
Now, I don't know why the senator had one of their guns, but I guess the senator was using either Toretti's gun or Axel's gun, and the other one, either Toretti or Axel shot. And the reports that I've seen was commissioner and
Bro, come on.
So yeah.
So you think it was, we got reason to believe that it was the senator and Axel?
Yeah, Neil McCreel said it was Axel that shot.
Great. Another thing to add to Axel's panel. Though
Oh, he's good. Nice.
So
it's panel season. I think we should all get it.
I'll take a panel.
I'd love one.
Yeah, I'd love one. I've never been in that position. That'd be great. Anyway,
I think we should start doing panels for like, you know, deputy level issues that need command stuff.
I was thinking, Barrick, remember at the start of the restructure when it became presentation season?
Yeah.
It's currently panel season.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a lot of people that have apparently been like, you know, we should have a panel for them, but I don't think we need a panel for everything.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm. Yeah. But some more complicated issues that need, like, you know, insert like 1 to 3 command members' approval or just like thought process on, then we should probably put it to a panel or something.
They also stole 20 IFAX, armor, 5.7 taser, and one of the key cards to one of the DOC locked rooms.
Have we found that stuff?
Nope.
Fantastic. Okay. All right. Keeps getting worse. All right. You emailed me last night to talk to Nikki Joel. What was that about? Because I didn't manage to catch her.
I had a long talk with Nikki about a lot of things, and one was the FIB building, and you know what happened there, right? You know,
She's on duty, by the way.
you know the
Yeah, the
talk
incident.
after the negotiations.
Yeah.
So there's that thing for the Brian thing, and then she was on the island with Viv doing supply stuff, and I either witnessed Walter or heard Walter on the radio. I can't remember the details, but that's why I think it'd be good for you to talk to her to kind of get that
Oh,
side.
is that when Walter was saying he was taking cocaine?
Yeah, that and EMS as well, like pretending to be EMS.
Oh, when I suspended Walter yesterday, he did not deny it at all. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I also have a
essentially-
timeline from Jenny, by the way, for the EMS side of it all.
Yeah, Jenny's been fantastic. Yeah, there was a bit of a concerning thing I heard from Jenny, which I need to add to my list already, was that I guess it was this was already pretty obvious, but the senator asked all the EMS and stuff to get over to the senator and Axel kind of made the EMS come to the island. I don't know the exact details.
Okay. So the details that I have is you had 4 EMS on the island, or like 4 medic people. They were in the Humvees, and they're pulling people from like phase 1 and 2 back towards the triage.
Yeah. Fucking restart, bastard. All right. We shall continue that conversation later. All right, chat. I'm gonna go grab myself a drink. I'm thirsty as fuck. I am sweating my titties off. And I'll be back in a minute. I'm running an ad, and then we're gonna load back into the server. Give me a good song. There we go.